Hi, my name is Mike. Today I'm reviewing Counterparts, Tragedy Will Find Us. Counterflaps are a melodic hardcore band from Canada. This is their fourth full-length LP, and it is by far their best effort. So before I actually talk about the music on this record, I just want to highlight how amazing I think the album title, Tragedy Will Find Us, is. When you think of tragedy and the way that it exists in this world, it's this horrible, terrible thing that no one can escape. Whether you go through some sort of heartbreak, you lose a family member, the fact that cancer exists in this world, just horrible things that we have no control over that exist. Tragedy is just this terrifying thing, and I think that Table Parts does a great job of highlighting how horrible tragedy really is. Tragedy means something different to every person. Everyone lives different lives and everyone has different experiences throughout their lives. So clearly the lead singer of Counterparts has a lot of different emotional experiences than I do. And the way that he expresses it on this album is just very real, very raw, and it's super upsetting to listen to. The lyrics on this album are so melancholy and so dark and depressing and sometimes hopeless. I've heard countless times that the lead singer of Private Parts needs to force himself into a really dark place before he can record an album, and it absolutely shows because there's some fucked up shit going on in his life right now. The whole record front to back, they're just taking shots at your throat, both musically and lyrically. We hear some of the heaviest breakdowns I've ever heard from Counterparts, usually to close out songs, which is always a great way to end a song. You really feel the emotion at the end of every single track leading right into the next one, and it's an emotional roller coaster that's only going down. There's a lot of lyrics specifically that have really stuck in my head after listening to this album so much. One of them being from the song Stillborn, the line, "We are stillborns by definition, but our pulse-infected wrists will disagree." And that's a song about people that feel like they're dead. That's a super fucked up lyric. In the third track, Resonate, we hear a song that's about a love-torn relationship, either love lost or heartbreak. There's a line towards the end of the song where we hear the lead singer of Counterflaps just screaming, "Forgive me for who I've become these past few years. Forgive me for allowing my love to disappear." The way that it's delivered in the track is just really hard-hitting. It's another one of those lines that really sticks with me, and one of those parts in the album where I have to turn it up if it's not all the way up already. And if I really wanted to highlight all the lyrics on this album, all the really important great lyrics, I would have to highlight every single line on this album. So I don't really have time to do that. The best way to just recognize how amazing the lyrics are on this record is to just listen to it for yourself and enjoy it for how amazing it actually is. In terms of musicality, my favorite song on the album is Burn. Burn was the first track released a couple months ago. Everyone really likes Burn. Everyone really likes this album. Burn's a great song. This is a great album. That doesn't really justify why Burn is so good. I really like Burn because Burn sounds like something that could have been pulled straight from Prophets, and before this album, Prophets was my favorite Counterparts album. The lead singer of Counterfucks has even said himself that the song Burn is about how tragedy will inevitably find everyone, which is pretty much what this album is about. Tragedy will find us, and it's about people that live in fear of tragedy finding them, but like I said earlier, it's something that you can't escape. Everyone's going to experience heartbreak, and everyone's going to experience loved ones dying, and it's fucked up, but it's stuff that everyone experiences, and for that reason, it's something that's very relatable. When we get to the end of the album, and we just hear the lead singer screaming, "I'd rather die than live without you," over and over and over again, and that's the lasting impression that we get from this record. It's very emotionally moving, and the second that I finish this album, every time I listen to it, I want to sit down and cry. It's devastatingly sad, and I don't remember the last time that I've felt that emotionally impacted by a record. Bottom line is, Apple Tarts hit it out of the park with this album. It's the best work that they've ever produced. It is the most impactful album I've heard in forever, and for that reason, Tragedy Will Find Us gets a 10.